Good evening to everyone. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all this online webinar on design thinking and product market fit. Sir, Jyoti sir, my voice is audible?
Yes, sir. Your voice is audible.
Okay. Yes. It is a great honor to welcome our Honorable Vice Chairman, Engineer E.V. Kumaran. Welcome you, sir. I also welcome our respectable Principal, Dr. R. Ravichandran, and our Registrar R. Satyasilan. Sir, welcome you, sir. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our Chief Guest, Mr. S. Sadish Prabhu, Assistant Professor Senior Grade, B.S. Abdur Rahman, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. I also extend warm welcome to Dr. S. Sivakumar, Head of the Department IIE, Dr. Jyotish Kumar, Head of the Department CSE and IIC Coordinator of Arunai Engineering College, Tiruvannamalai. He provided necessary support for this webinar. Sir, I thank you. I welcome you, sir. I special welcome to both EC and IIE staffs and students. I hope this webinar would be a great source of knowledge to our students. Once again, I welcome you all for this function. Thank you, sir. Now I request our principal to felicitate this meeting.
Thank you for inviting me to this. Thank you for inviting me to this workshop, which is conducted by Arunai Engineering College and the Institution Innovation Council of Arunai Engineering College on design thinking and product market fit. So we have with us Mr. Satish Prabhu from B.S. Abdur Rahman Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai. So why do we need a conference or workshop on design thinking and product market fit? We are in the process of making innovation an aspect, innovation a way of life in Arunai Engineering College. In this circumstance, we need to have some understanding, some knowledge on design thinking. What is it, design thinking? What is product market fit? We must know. I'll give a very brief outline of it. So design thinking, it's a problem-solving process. You must know as an engineer. So when a creative idea is conceived by a person, and right from its conception to the market delivery. So what are all the different stages? How to develop it further and further so as to make it as a meaningful product and reach to the customers. So in this process, a lot of additional knowledges will gain: concept development, applied creativity, prototyping, experimentation, a lot of things. So I hope you would benefit a lot from Professor Satish. So I wish all the students to make use of this session. Thank you, one and all.
Sir, thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Sir, now I hand over the session to Mr. S. Sadish Prabhu, Assistant Professor Senior Grade. Sir, now you continue the session, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Principal Sir, and
thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lango Sir. So for letting me to share my, I'll just say share my experience on design thinking and product market fit. So to just tell about myself, I'm Satish Prabhu. I'm working as an assistant professor senior grade in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering at B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. I'm also a faculty coordinator for the Crescent Innovation and Incubation Startup Club and also the council itself. And to add on to that, I'm also IIC's Innovation Ambassador. So our main job is to do all this kind of entrepreneurship awareness among all the young technocrats. And I'm also a co-founder and director of a private limited company called Vastak, which focuses on agriculture. So I run a particular venture also, which is a small kind of a startup. And I'm a properly trained entrepreneurship educator from Vadvani Global University. So I do a lot of trainings for students and a little bit of startups. So I try to justify what we have all assembled over here. So for the next 1 hour or so, I'll try to make you engaged so that the time that you spend this weekend is quite useful. So I'll find it out whether it is useful or not at the end of the session. So shall we start? Hands rise for the start. Hands rise, please. That is the icon. Can we have an hands rise? Yeah. I want all of you to participate, because the more you participate, the more you learn. If there are any queries that you can shoot up, you can always very well stop me in between, and then you can shoot up the question. So let us start. I'm going to share my screen. My screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is our title today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm clear also, right? My audio is also correct. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So the first question. So our session would be a lot of interactive. So I want all of you to participate and get more engaging ideas. So first question, are you creative, first of all? See, what does this lead to? So in order to answer this question, I want you to go to a website called, I'll just post that into chat box. I want you to go to www.menti.com. So if you use your mobile, you can click onto that link. Click onto that link, and it would lead to a website, and which would be asking for a code. There would be a code which would be asked. I'm typing that code also into the chat box. So it is 52118616. So first step, go to menti.com. You know, to leave this meeting, just go to another tab and then type menti.com. If you use your laptop, that is more convenient. Go to another tab and then use menti.com, and then it would ask for a code. I have pasted that code in the chat box. It is 52118616. So there you will be asked a question, and you'll be having an option also. So I want all of you to click onto that. So there would be a question called, are you creative? And there are options given like yes, no, and I know no. So I'm just sharing that tab for all of you to have a wide guess or what is happening in that particular menti.com. So let me see how many participants are there. So about nearly running around 100. So let me check how many of you are giving the input. So it's quite interactive without talking. So you can click on to yes, no, and I don't know. Whether you have a skill or not, I'm not sure about that. So predominantly I have creativity. It's like click on yes, and if you think that I don't have creativity, click on no. So we are not going to see your name, so no issues. If you be frank, so that you can learn a lot. So right now we have got up to 22 participants, right? 22 have gone, and 23. I want all of you to participate so that we all can get engaged for the next hour, so that we don't get let down or bored. All of you participate. Just go to menti.com. Those who have missed, go to www.menti.com. You can see on my screen. So at the top, you can see the site www.menti.com, and use the code 52118616. If you face any difficulties, you can let me know. Is it all comfortable? Can I have some feedbacks? Can you do it? Is it all okay? Any issues? So I'm going to set a timer. So I'll just wait for another minute so that we could close this off. Okay. 36 participants have entered. 27 have said yes, 3 have said no, and 7 of you have said I don't know. Okay. Okay, so I should at least get about 50% of the participants for doing this. Okay, 38. Okay, so let me stop over here. So I have found out the answer. The majority of you have told that you are creative. Good. Nice to see that. Okay, now I'm going over here. I just want you to pick a paper and a pencil. Right? I want you to pick a paper and a pencil and draw a portrait of your mother. Can all of you do it? Take a paper, take a pen or a pencil, and draw a portrait of your mother. I would give you 1 minute to do that. 1 minute to do that. Ready? Are you all ready? Any acknowledgements? I want you to pick a paper and draw a portrait of your mother. Okay, can you all do it? Are you all doing it? Because I'm going to, the next step is I'm going to ask you to show what you have drawn. I want all of you to pick a paper and then draw a portrait of your mother. I am giving you 1 minute time for that. One minute time. So I want all of you to participate. So the more you participate, the more you learn. Right. Okay. Okay, I'll give you another 15 seconds to do that. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. So let us see. So I have enabled my camera. So I want any volunteers, first of all. I don't want to force anybody. Any volunteers. Can you give your feedbacks? If your mother is around, hope all of you are in your home, just show the portrait to your mother and then ask the feedback about your drawing about her. Can anyone do that? Any volunteers? Any volunteers? Anybody wants to try? Okay, I'll call the name if nobody is willing. Okay, who is going to be that lucky? Okay, we'll have Dinesh Kumar. Dinesh Kumar, are you available? Oh, don't leave, right? I'm not going to ask everybody that people are trying to leave. Don't leave. It's all learning. It's all learning. Dinesh, it's okay if you, even if you don't show your mother, just share your feedback. Dinesh of EC, 17 EC, Dinesh Kumar. Satyapriya? Guys, you can participate. I'm not going to penalize you if you tell me wrong. The more you say, you'll learn a lot. Now, what is the general feedback about drawing and then seeing what you have done? What is the general feedback? Anybody can unmute yourself and then speak. Are you good at drawing? Anybody? There are a lot of people, right? Aishwarya is there. Pavanesh. Can anyone just say how you felt when you drew your picture of your mother? Was that accurate? Yeah, anybody can say.
Drawing, sir.
Yeah, you like to do drawing. Was that was the picture portrait resembling your mother?
Sir?
Was that portrait resembling your mother? Yeah, please go ahead. You can unmute. Anybody?
Sir?
Yeah.
Come again, sir.
So you have you have drawn a picture, right? Was that resembling your mother?
No idea, sir.
No. Did you try it? Did you try it? And anybody who has tried and then think that I draw a flower to resemble my mother. Okay, so you resemble your mother with your flower. So you're trying to communicate, right? You're trying to communicate. So basically, what I wanted to share is your creative ability is not equal to your artistic ability. That is what I want to share. So at one point of time in your school days or in your earlier childhood days, you might have understood that I'm not good drawer. I'm not a very good artist. People, or some others, right? Your friends or in your family or anybody else might have told that this is not good. You're not working. It's not working. You're not a good drawer. So what happens that you have fixed yourself that I cannot draw. So at that age itself, we have stopped that particular skill. And what we always try to say is, when you say something like creative, when somebody tells creative, immediately our mind goes and pops into and sits that you have to sketch something, you have to draw something. It should articulate correctly. So what I wanted to make sure, one thing very clear is that your creative ability is not equal to your artistic ability. Now I'm going to give you a simple task. So I don't want to ask any more questions. So just try it, right? You just try it. Can you draw a pen? Just draw a pen in your paper. If you have done, you can say yes so that I could go next. A pen. If you have drawn, you just unmute yourself and then say yes, so I can go next. Otherwise, I have to wait. A pen. Can you draw, sketch a pen? How would look like a ballpoint pen or an ink pen, whatever it is. Just draw a pen. Done? Any acknowledgements? Done? Anybody? Have you finished? Have you finished? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Just give me a response. Give yes or no so that I can move on. Next task. Draw a book. Draw a book. Put it in your paper and draw a book. Draw a book. Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you draw surprise? Just try it. Surprise. How would you draw it? Surprise. Anybody wants to take a call? Surprise. How do you represent surprise? Have you done? Surprise. Any acknowledgements? Is it tough for drawing a book, pen? And now I'm giving you a verb. Surprise. Can you represent surprise? Anybody has done it? Anybody who has done surprise? How did you represent surprise? Anybody? Anybody? So how you resemble surprise? If you want to sketch and then show this is what surprise is, how would you show? Very good. Exclamatory mark. Very good. Saravanan. Yes, very good. So that is surprise. Okay, I'm giving you one more to just think. Idea. Idea. It would be nice if you can open up and then speak so that we can have a chat. I'm not going to tell anything, right? Whatever the answers, whatever the questions are there, answers are the answers. How would you draw and resemble, or how would you draw and communicate this is idea? And any answers for that? Idea. Idea. A bulb. Very good, sir. Yes, sir. Glowing bulb. Yeah. Glowing bulb. So that is what I'm trying to say. So that is enough. That artistic skill is enough. Just all you do is you just draw oval and then put some spikes on that and then say, I got an idea. So all the cartoon images shows that. So that reveals that this is what we are, that this is what I'm trying to communicate. That is idea. If that is enough for an foreign student or anybody, those who think that you can reflect artistic idea so that people can understand, so the others that you're trying to communicate can understand it, that is enough. So I'm going to go through the most important one, that why I have done all this. So my idea over here is to make you clear that creativity can be built, right? You don't have inherently, it can be built stage by stage. Now I can say that we are having a lot of participants over here, and when there is a question being asked, which is not technically, which is not a technical question, it's a general question. There are reluctant in coming out and opening out and then speaking that this is what I have, though you know the right answer. So how, many of you, I know, right? Many of you over here might have got the answers correct, but we were not able to come out and then speak. What is the reason behind that? What is the reason behind that? Anybody could share that so that we could break the ice over here and then move on. Anybody? Why we are not opening up and then speaking at any time when it has been supposed to? First answer. Fear. Shyness. Yeah, shyness, fear, hesitation. Well, why that happens? Why that fear happens? Why that shyness happens? Why that hesitation happens? As all of you are engineers, right? All of you are engineers. Engineers are supposed to solve any kind of problem, right? So, you know, if you want to solve any kind of problem, you have to be very creative. So what kills us, right? If it is even a chaos, I'm just going to take a call. I want all of you to unmute. What others will think about. Yes, perfectly. What others will think about yourself. I'm going to ask you a single question. I'm going to ask you a single question. Fear of being rejected. Yes, sir. Of course. Leads to shyness. Yeah. Yes, of course. Right. I'm going to ask you a question. Even if you cannot unmute yourself and then open up, just use the chat box and then type me. Type this answer, right? Unanimous, right? I will not wait a long time. I just want the answer immediately typed, or if you want to come out and then say an answer, you can unmute and then say the answer. Shall we try? Shall we try? All of you, give me a hands raise. Shall we try? Shall we try? Hands raise, please. Right, are you all with me? Are you all with me? Shall we go? Okay. I want all of you to come on a single stretch and then answer this question. What is A for? A for? You can unmute. A for? You can type or unmute and answer. What is A? A stands for? A for? What comes into your mind first? Amma, apple, ambition, Amazon, apple, attitude. Come. Type. Apple. A for aim. Alphabet. Another line, aeroplane. Yeah. So what comes into your mind when I say A in the sense? I can see, right? Apple is what many of you have typed, the majority, right? I'm picking out not the unique ones, the repetitive ones. Aeroplane. Yeah. When it comes A for apple, right? Why you cannot think out of that? That is the reason behind it. See, our creativity, I'll say, right? Our creativity has been killed in that particular stage itself. When we studied A for apple at the school, right? Near schooling, and still we carry forward that. That is not our problem, right? That is what we were being taught as. So if I'm going to talk about that, that becomes a different topic. So our education system is like that. So our creativity has to be nurtured and then brought up. And now at this age where you're supposed to, yeah, all are lagging behind innovation. Yes. Why? Because we are being trained to do that. Right? We are being trained. We are not being learnt. We are being trained. So that's why our creativity is, if you want to have some creativity that comes out, say, out of a class of 60, people with that kind of creative thinking would be like 4 or 5. Why that happens? Because once they come up and open up their ideas, though it is right or wrong, when they come and open up, there are people to recognize them, and then there are people to guide them out. But once if you don't come forward, what happens is your creativity stays within you, your idea stays within you. You cannot open up. So I want all of you to just right. So we lag there, right? Totally our South Indian or South Tamil Nadu, right? South Tamil Nadu lags that, though they have all the skills. If I give them a code, they can develop it. Any problem they can sit and solve it. But when it comes to exposing themselves, when they comes to bring the idea that they have developed, the communication lags. Right? Shatter that. We'll come forward, right? We'll come forward that. I want all of you to participate. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the next topic: innovation. So creativity leads to innovation, right? Creativity leads to innovation. I don't say innovation is the last and the foremost stop. Innovation is a process, right? You can't say that I have innovated and then I have wind it up. Innovation is a process, right? Edison had a process to innovate, right? Tesla had a process to innovate. Every particular venture you have, when you say innovation, it is a process. So we have to go through that process, and then we have to make sure that this innovation stands at you get the market so that you can earn money. That's all, right? You have to do that. So why do you go for a job? Any answers? Why do you go for a job? After completion of engineering, you go for a job, right? Why? Why do you go for a job? Any answers? Survival. Yes, sir. Survival. Money. Yes. Then all of you can say, right? All of you are students. For money, for earning, right? Earning. You need money. Money for what? Money for what? You need money for what? Fulfill our needs as well as to improve ourselves. Okay, understood. So money for life, money for survival. Okay, you spend money in what ways? You spend money in what ways? There are two ways in which you can spend money, right? One is having asset, other one is having liability. Where you are going to spend a lot is the matter of question, right? The more you earn, what we do is we spend a lot. We spend a lot. That is a liability, right? You get the money, you spend. Right? I get a job, I buy a car, I buy a bungalow, I pay interest. So that's how my life goes. So as an entrepreneur, those who are trying to innovate, what they do is they invest in right medium in which they can earn money even when they sleep. That's what Buffett do, right? Know how to spend money. This has not been taught anywhere. Know how to spend money. You get money, you should know how to spend it, right? If you are going to buy a house, that is liability. If you are going to buy a car, that is again a liability. You should know where to spend and when to spend. So that is also a separate topic. So when it comes to innovation, innovation doesn't stand at this junction. Say, I have completed a problem with this particular idea. This is innovation. No, it doesn't stop over there. It is a process. It goes on and on and on. So if you want to have an innovative idea, creativity ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு சார், அப்புறம் எங்கிட்டு சார் போய் நான் இனோவேட் பண்றது? No issues. I told you, right? Creativity, innovation can be nurtured, it can be cultivated, you can learn it, you can develop it. So how do you do it? Simple step. That is called design thinking, right? Now, I need any volunteers to design a better backpack. All of you are students, right? Any volunteers, please. I just want volunteers so that this show could run off. Any volunteers? Just open up your mic. Open up your mic. Don't need to even open up your video. Just open up your mic. 2 volunteers. You can volunteer yourself.
Myself, sir.
Yeah. Evangeline, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I need one more. One more. One more. Can I have one more? Can I have one more, please? Only one more. Evangeline is there with me. I need one more. Those who want to learn, come forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You are Neha and Evangeline. right? Thank you, Neha and Evangeline. Thank you very much for participating. So we will learn a lot with me, right? So you're going to stay with me for next 10 minutes or so that people, those who are there in the call, can understand from your feedbacks. So you're going to play a vital role with me. You're going to learn with me. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now both of you take a paper. So all of you, you can even try this. Both of you take a paper and design a better backpack. You know what is a backpack is, right? You know what's a backpack? Any questions? Just design a better backpack. I'll give you about 30 seconds to do it. Design a better backpack. Can you just take a paper and then solve it? Design a better backpack. Neha and Evangeline can try it. And all others also can have a try on this. It will be interesting. So you are in the process of innovating, right? You are in the process of innovating. Let us see how it works. Design a better backpack. Have you started?
Yes, sir.
Neha, have you started? Neha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Unmute yourself. Both of you unmute yourself. Both of you, right. Don't worry even if there is noise. Now, all of you, those who have started designing a better backpack, this is a false start. You are not supposed to do that. Point number one. You are not supposed to straight away solve a problem. This is what we have been trained to. I give you a problem, straight away you go and solve the problem. Did you do it? Senjingla? Problem kurtavane solve panna aarambichingala? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
All of you. Those who all really wanted to learn, you might have tried. I gave you a problem, you started to solve. Now this is a false start. You are not supposed to do that. Now how we are going to do it? Step one. I'm going to go to the slide. Empathize. This is step one. Empathize. Okay, now coming back, both of you, what we are going to do here is, what is empathy? What is empathy? Empathize is the word. No? What is empathy? Empathy. You can give an answer. What is empathy? Those who are there on the call, you can type it out. What is empathy? What do you mean by empathy? Empathy. Empathy? Answer. Empathy, what do you mean?
Trying to understand.
Trying to understand what? Trying to understand? Opposite of sympathy. Interesting. Okay. Share the feeling of another. Okay, very good. Trying to understand other person. That's what you're trying to say, right? Trying to understand what other person. So it's like getting into the shoes of the other person and then understand what he or she might feel. Right? How do you do empathy? How do you empathize? So I have given you a task, right? So both of you have backpacks, right? Yeah, both of you have backpacks. Do you have it? Evangeline and Neha?
Yes, sir.
Right, both of you use it.
Yes, sir.
Now, I wanted you to design a better backpack. So in order to know that, you should understand who uses backpack, what are the pros and cons of that. If I'm going to list it down, can I first do that? Because I'm going to do a better backpack. If I want to do a better backpack, I should know how the other bags are already there. You get it? Do you get it? So now you're going to interview each other, right? Can you ask, say I'm giving you Evangeline first option, and then Neha the second option. Can you ask one question, Evangeline, can you ask one question to Neha? Just interview the first question. What would be the first question that you would ask?
What is the specification in your design other than the other?
Okay. Neha, what is your answer for that? Neha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is your answer for that?
Specification.
Well, comfortable enough, Tamil kuda pesinga. So I hope everybody understands Tamil over here, right? Anybody who doesn't understand Tamil, so you can speak in English. தமிழ்ல இல்லைன்னா தமிழ்ல கூட கன்வர்ஸ் பண்ணலாம்.
கெப்பாசிட்டி பேக்பேக்ல இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணலாம் சார்.
கேள்வி வந்து what do you have? So the backpack that you have, what is the specification of that backpack? அதுல எத்தனை ஜிப் இருக்கு, ஃப்ரண்ட் ஜிப், ரெண்டு ஜிப், அப்புறம் லேப்டாப் வைக்க முடியுமா, உள்ள கேரி கேஸ்.
அதுதான் சார் நானும் சொல்றேன். கெப்பாசிட்டி பேக்பேக்கோட கெப்பாசிட்டி இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ணலாம்.
உங்க பேக்ல எப்படி இருக்குன்னு மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க.
ஆஸ் யூசுவல் எல்லா பேக்லயும் கீழ ஃபுட்பால் பேக் ஒன்னு இருக்கும்.
ஓகே. Imagine and make a note, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, next question. Neha, one question to Evangeline. What would be your question to Evangeline? So objective is to design a better backpack. அப்போ பழைய பேக் பத்தி தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கணும். அப்போ என்ன கேள்வி கேட்கணும்?
Sir, I never idea about others.
அது உங்களுக்கு இல்ல.
I think about mine.
No. I want you to empathize. இதுதான் நான் சொன்னேன், empathize. When you're supposed to design, you should empathize. So empathize எப்படி பண்ண முடியும்? Only if you interact with somebody, right? இப்போ you told, right? I don't know about what others would feel. Now Evangeline is there. Now you have to consider, right, Evangeline as your customer, and then you can ask. So Evangeline, on behalf of Neha, I'm asking, right? What is the brand that you use? What is the brand of your backpack?
Fast Track.
Fast Track. Okay, you got the question. Fast Track. So, what is the price of the bag?
500 plus.
500. So, it is waterproof?
Of course not, sir.
Okay, is it weightless?
Yes, sir. It's light and weight.
How many compartments are there?
Totally 6.
6 compartments. Very good. Is there any safety system or locker, something like that?
No, sir.
Okay, so now what I'm trying to do is, this is the learning part. So now we had a small interview and then we observed what is happening. So I'm trying to communicate with Evangeline. I'm trying to empathize with her and trying to understand what is her product is looking like, or what is her product is feeling like, why she wants to use it. Right? I'm listening to understand. This is what you have to find out first. Listen to understand. Don't listen to ask question. Listen to understand. So observe. This is what empathy is. Not only backpack. So if you want to find out any problem that you have, if you want to become an entrepreneur solves problem. If you want to know what is a problem, or if you just want to know where the problem lies, just go out of your home. Not right now, right? Or even in your home, right? Even in your home, go to the kitchen and then find out what is the problem your mom is facing. Go and find it out. So, morning breakfast, what is the problem she has? Lunch, what is the problem she has? What is the problem? Just observe. Don't be judgmental. Don't say that I know everything. Just go and find out. So, for a simple case, your mother would be peeling garlic, right? Peeling garlic is tough. Right, if you can come up with an instrument which could peel garlic at a small scale, homemade, small scale, right? Now you can see that onion chopper has come, right? Onion chopper, Silla has done it. A small handheld device, right? If there is an instrument that could peel garlic, that your mother would be happily using it. Am I right? So a small concept. So where did you get this problem from? You got it from the kitchen in your home, right? You can, as an engineer, you can think a lot and then you can solve any kind of problem. So go to the kitchen, you found out a problem, then you just ask your mother, what is the real problem in peeling garlic? Right? She may give you reasons. So now you may have got another problem, right? You have went with an X problem and then you have found out a Y problem, right? That is where you start. When you go and find out with your customer, that is empathize with your customer, you'll find out many problems. And if you want to get it emotionally connected, how do you get emotionally connected? One simple reason. Ask 5 why. This is done by Toyota, right? Ask 5 why to any kind of problem, you'll get an answer. Simple. Ask 5 why to any kind of problem, you'll get an answer, right? Do you use credit card? No. Why you don't use credit card? Because I don't trust. Why you don't trust? I don't trust. That's all. You got the answer. I don't trust. The third why you got the answer. Right. One more example. How much mark you got in your examination? I got E grade. Why did you get E grade? The question was tough. Why the question was tough? I didn't study properly. Why you didn't study properly? I went to party last night. Why you went to party? My friends called me. Why did your friends call me? Because I am that kind of a person. I used to hang out with friends. So you got the reason. You got the core reason. You got it emotionally. So the last why it would connect you emotionally. So you have to be very, very optimistic in approaching all the problems. So when you get your problems done, right? So you have gathered a lot of data. That is what empathy is. You don't judge anybody. Just respect them. You just collect information from them. You be in their shoes and then think as they are. You go to a bus. You go into a bus. See the conductor who is issuing the ticket. What kind of problem he is facing? See the driver from the morning he is traveling. What kind of problem he will be facing? See the passenger sitting. Just observe. We not talk. See, observe. Simple observe. You will get all kind of problems. And now we have to figure out which problem is worth solvable. That is the big challenge, right? Which problem is worth solvable? So in order to understand that, because if there are a lot of problems, you can't go and solve around all the problems. You have to pick one problem and then solve. So how are we going to do that? You have to pick the problem which has a lot of data. So I'll just come to that now. So now we have got empathy, right? The first step is empathize. Next step, fine. So now you have got a lot of problems with you, right? You have got a lot of problems with you. You can write down all the problems, jot it down, everything one by one, and priority wise, you just jot it out. Next, define your problem. So which problem I'm going to take the most? So when you do that, what you have to understand is you have to know what is the customer job predominantly. Then you define it. What the customer really wants to do. Say, for example, your customer wants to commute from point A to point B. That is the job he has to do. I want to commute from point, say from your college to your home, you want to commute. So that is the job that you have to do. So in what ways you're going to commute? In what ways you're going to do? Whether you're going to take your college bus, whether you're going to take a private vehicle, whether you're going to go by your cab, or whether you're going to go by a metro or by a train, whatever it is. What are the ways in which you commute? That is the next job. The next one. Which one is economical? That is also a job, right? Which one I would prefer, which is economical. So if you can clearly structure out what is the job, that is JTD, we call it jobs to be done. So what is the job that has to be completed by a customer? Set that clear, define it. Right? Define it. You have objective. You have personas. Personas in the sense, I told you, right? You empathize as a particular customer. You just assume that whatever you feel, the customer feels. Identify the pain points. Right? What are the pain points? When a customer does a job, while doing the job, what is his pain? Before doing the job, what is his pain? After doing the job, what is his pain? That is what your pain point is. Whatever the job he does. Before, after, why? Find out it. Then what are the challenges ahead in front of him? Then decide what I want to do. Clearly define. This applies to all kinds of problems, both technical and non-technical. Clearly define what is your problem. Then you have empathized, you have got all the data. The next stages you go to define. So now you have focused on, you have empathized, right? You flared, you just went broad, and then you focused. You came narrowed, you came down, and then you're focusing on one particular problem that you want to solve. Got it? Okay, now this is open to you. From this picture that I'm showing you, what do you understand? Anybody open up your mic and then say. From this picture, one guy sitting like this, right? What do you understand? Open up. Everybody have different kinds of thoughts. Stress. Okay, first one is stress. Work stress. Yeah. Others. I want all of you to participate, right? The படத்தை பார்த்து என்ன தெரியுதுன்னு மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க. Frustrated. Yeah. Loss in business. Everybody have their difference of opinion, right? Some confusion. Yes, very good. Some confusion. Yeah. All right. Sitting on a laptop, things not working good. Anybody else? Those who want to unmute, you can unmute and then speak. I want all of you to participate. So I'm again and again, the more you participate, the more you learn. Right. Finding solution. Computer yet to start. Yes, very good. Computer yet to start. Yeah. Feeling tired. Very good. Feeling tired. Yes. Right. So you have got some inputs, right? You have got some inputs. Now, so just by what we have done is we have observed. What we have done, we have observed. And whatever you have told, whatever the answer that you have told is empathetic. Posing for a camera shoot. Okay. It is empathize. You empathize that you are in that particular situation. You are that guy, and then you empathize, and then you came out with these particular verbs. Right. So now I just want to take up my notes. Yeah. If I'm going to ask you one particular question to think, now a little bit of thinking should happen. Whatever you have told, right? If you can replace that with needs, N-E-E-D-S, needs as verbs instead of noun. So by seeing this picture, what he needs. Again, open up your creativity mind and then push your thoughts. What this guy needs. What this guy needs. I want you to come up with answer. What this guy needs right now. Unmute yourself and then speak, or you can use your chat box. What this guy needs. Looking into the image, what this guy needs. Faster computer, time, okay. Solution, yeah, he needs a solution. Guy needs rest, okay, good. Guy needs rest, okay. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts? He needs clarity for some help from somebody, yeah, okay. He needs some clarity. Okay, see, what I'm asking is, by seeing this image, what this guy really needs. That is what my question is. What this guy really needs. A coffee. Okay, good. A coffee. He's stressed out. He's coffee. You have already told stressed, right? All these things, right? What he needs, a coffee. So now what you're trying to say, now what you did was you have found out a solution. You have found out a solution. So now this guy needs to solve a problem in a system. He needs, so that problem may lead to a solution. That need may go to a solution, right? So that is what we are going to focus, right? What I'm saying is your need will in turn, I repeat, your need, when you replace a need, a noun with a verb over here, you can be creative. What you did was you became creative. With knowingly or unknowingly, you became creative. Your needs will generate solutions. There are a lot of opportunities. So find the insights, right? Find the insights for this. So try to do, right, what he's trying to do, what he's feeling like. That is insight, right? What he's trying to do, what he feels. Now, if you can find out that the needs that if you have found out the needs, it would lead to the solution. Right? Straight away, you can't go to the solution. You find out the needs, and the needs will reach you to the solution. So you empathized, you defined, and in the definition process, you found out the needs, and from the needs you went, and then you are going to solve, right? You're going to try to find out the solutions. So what happens if you directly go to a solution? Automobile will not be evolved, right? Ford will not do that. So they may have 10 more horses and then ride, right? So if there is innovation, right, you should know what is the need, first of all, need of that particular problem. Nowadays, now many of us fail in the entrepreneur world because they have a solution with them and they try to find out the problem for that solution, which is not going to help. Don't come with that, right? Don't take this solution and then find out the problem. It is not going to solve it. Always try to find out who's your customer, first of all, targeted customer, first of all, and then find out what is their problem. Then find out what is the solution. That is how we have to go, right? So the next step is the point of view or the problem statement. See, now only we are going to find out the problem statement. So how to write a statement? Know who is the targeted user, who's the end customer. Then find out their need precisely. So if you say teenagers is not a precise statement. Say kids between in the age of 13 to 19, or kids between the age of say 15 to 16, if you specify, that would be the targeted user, right? Make sure that you specify your user. What is their need? Be very, very specific, because you can't solve all their problems. What is the need exactly? Next, find out the insights. How do you connect with them? How do you emotionally connect with them? What the customer may feel. Just take that out. Write it as a statement. Write it as a statement. You will get your problem statement. Simple statement. Who is the targeted user? What is their need? And what is their insight? That's all. You got your problem statement. Now, anybody know what is this? This image that I have shown? What is this? Any answers? What is that? Any answers? You can unmute. What is this? Yeah, got it. Vacuum cleaner. Very good. It is a vacuum cleaner. So it is a. Anybody have got information on Dyson vacuum cleaner? Dyson. Have you heard about Dyson? Yes, no? That kind of an answer? Yes, no? Okay. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, thank you. No, I got the answer. No, got it. Thumbs up. So Dyson vacuum cleaner is one of the best world top vacuum cleaner. Why do I say is that the vacuum cleaners are all over the world, right? It is also an innovation, right? You don't use your broomstick to clean always. You have your vacuum cleaner so that it sucks away all the dust. Dyson, what is special of Dyson is many of the vacuum cleaners that was being evolved before Dyson vacuum cleaner came into picture was the main problem was it gets clogged when it is sucking, right? It gets clogged. What is clogging? Well, a lot of dust particles come and put it into the vacuum bag, and then it gets clogged. So you can no more suck it. So you have to clean your bag and then put it again so that you do the vacuum cleaning again. So this problem was being clearly noted by Dyson. This problem was clearly being noted by Dyson, and he came up with a particular solution called a bagless vacuum which does not lose suction. That is what his idea was. So what he did, he observed already he had some vacuum cleaners in his home. What is the problem with that? The suction problem is there. It gets clogged. So what happened? What can I do if I don't have a clogging condition in my vacuum cleaner? That is how this particular product came into practice. Dyson vacuum cleaner, leading vacuum cleaner. So it doesn't lose suction. So how did he identify? Right? Empathize, define, and then he got this problem statement. He got this problem statement, and then he goes for solution. Right? He got the problem, exact problem, which he can crack it open. So all of you should know how to think about a problem, right? How to approach a problem, and then how to come with a solution is later. Right? Now clearly identify what is the problem is. Right. Next step. Now I have got the problem. Next, I'm going to go to the solution, right? How I'm going to go to the solution? So no entrepreneur is going to go on a single person and then he's going to find out a solution. He will have a team, right? All of you will be having a team. The first step in getting to the solution is ideate. What is ideate? Right? You get a lot of ideas together and then brainstorm. What is brainstorming? It is like group discussion, where one thing you should make very clear. One thing very clear is that we are not going to debate. This brainstorming session is going to be productive. It is going to be informative. So there is no ideas right and wrong. Whatever the idea you are going to put into it, you are going to flare, right? You are going to flare. Now you have defined, you've got focus. Now you are going to flare with your solutions. So focus, flare, focus, flare, focus, flare. That is what design thinking is. So now you're going to flare your ideas. How are you going to flare? Now you just have 4 or 5 team members with you. Now with the same backpack concept, right? You have 4 or 5 team members with you, and then you try to discuss with each other. So this bag contains 6 compartments. It is not waterproof. I told you, right? It's not waterproof. And now one particular solution, right? Why can't we make a waterproof bag? Okay, that is one kind of a solution. Okay, noted. No, make a note. Now again, discussion happens, and one fellow who comes and tells that, okay, backpack, it would be very high. If you carry your laptop, I have to put a charger right? I have to carry the charger also in the backpack, which occupies a little bit space. Why can't we put a charger in this strip, right? You have a backpack strip, right? Why can't we make a pouch in that so that you can keep a charger on that pouch? So it will not occupy the space in the backpack. Okay, idea validated. Very good. You can use that. Right, locating a backpack in the dark, it would be difficult. So can we have some radiant colors so that the backpack would be visible even in the light, dim light? Or not it? Okay, so just think, discuss. You will get a lot of wild ideas. Any ideas? So I'm saying don't be judgmental. So whatever you have the ideas, you just make a note. And after that, you collect all your ideas and then jot it down one by one. Then you find out which ideas can be done at this stage, which ideas I have enough data, which ideas I have enough team members with me, which idea would be there cost effective, which idea where I could spend a lot of time and then earn money out of it, which idea can the customer buy it. So you'll get a lot of discussions happening, and this is what ideation stage is. Got it? So now, when you go to the ideate stage, and then you will find out what is the exact path in which I have to solve the problem. You got the solution, you have the solution. Now you have to go and then develop a prototype. Develop a prototype first of all. So prototype in the sense, don't think too huge. That's how you do our final year project. It's not that kind of a prototype. A very simple sketch. Now we have got a backpack. Can you design a backpack using papers first of all? Papers. And I'm not going to put all the weight part in it. Just to make sure that how this design is. Okay, use first step, draw a sketch, rough sketch. Okay, then it's working good. Then make it like professional. Get some artists and do again the sketch of it. Okay, good. Go to 3D design and then do a 3D model of it. Okay, you go for better resolution. You go for a 3D printed bags, right? You go for better resolution. You go for different fabrics. Stage by stage, you do that prototyping, right? You have to do that prototyping. The more early, that is better. Why? Because I have this I have this chart over here, right? I'll take my laser, right? So fail early and test often. How much time how many iteratives you do, right? That is what it is going to help you out. How much time you fail, that is what is going to help you out, because the more you do iterations over here, the risk is very, very less. The risk is like you will be having a little bit of risk, but I'll say if you are going to have a minimum test, the risk could be very minimum. So you have tested a lot, the risk is mitigated. Say this is the timeline of your product, and this is the cost. If you have tested your product over here, right, your cost is less at that time, right? Your sketch, your artist sketch, your 3D modeling, your fabric. Then you go for mass production. So at this particular stage, if you are going to test it, if you are missed over here and then you are going to test it over here, definitely if you fail, it is going to cost your company a lot. So that's why we always tell that do a lot of tests and then fail early so that you can get back and then do it again and again. So that is what ideate is and prototype is. And the last one is the test, and this is what the entire picture of design thinking. So after prototyping, you give the test. So you give to your customers and then try to get the feedbacks from them. Don't go and give to a customer, nalla irukku solunga. No. Give to the customer, let them use it, get the feedbacks. So what works great, what doesn't work, what you want to have some improvement. Have that minimum viable product and then launch it and then get it tested. So if the customer feels that, oh, this is not good, I don't want a zip over here, this is pretty heavy, immediately go to define stage. Immediately go back to the define stage, try to define again. Then again go to the ideate stage, brainstorm it, then develop a prototype, again test it, again do this. If there are any corrections to be done, do it again and again, until you are confident and your customers are feeling that, okay, I can give money to buy this. Until then, this process is going to go on and on and on. And once, if your product is tested and if your customer is really good, wants that particular product, then you can go to the market and then give your product. So this is what innovation is. I'll just pause for a minute. If there are any questions, I can take it up. This is what design thinking is. So I repeat, there are 5 stages: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. The methodology is focus, flare, Right? Focus on your thought, then flare. Focus on your thought, then flare. Any questions? So this is a D School, Stanford University that we follow. So it is a standard one. So all of you can take it up. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Any questions from audience side? Any questions from students?
Okay. I think people have understood, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, whatever the concepts that I have told, hope it may be useful to at least some of you. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sir, thank you so much for valuable information for this webinar.
Yeah, sir.
Now I request Dr. Jyotish Kumar deliver the vote of thanks.
Yes, sir.
So thanks for your nice presentation related to the creativeness as well as the idea that you've given. The startup, the way that you've given over that mentee.com, that really an impressive one to know about how the students have been attractively available in the system. So I've been happy on that. And the creativity as well as the artist that you given a comparison, that really it is an admiring one. And as you told about the incubation startup that you have been taken out. So in future, and also congratulations for your as you told about the introduction about you are also one of an IIC ambassador actually.
Yes, sir.
So we also expect you for the forthcoming sessions while we are doing any kind of an orientation session, as with the presence as well the guidance with our Professor Ilango sir actually. So I
Sure,
think
sir,
yeah. So we have another one particular orientation session that we want to do it in the Q4. I think so, sir. That we want to have another orientation program. In Q3, we done one orientation session actually. So in this session also, we want to do one orientation session. Anyway, I will talk it with Professor Ilango sir to coordinate with you to give an further guidance regarding that. And you can also have an future guidance for any kind of a subsequent program related to an entrepreneurship and as well as a construction of an incubation as well as a pre-incubation. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir, for your wonderful presentation as well as a wonderful thinking, creativity to be given for our students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, Jyotish sir, now we wind up the meeting, sir.
Yes, sir.
Jyotish,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, all the participants, the staff, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.